So when I was doing my research for this video, I'd come across a quote by this guy called Abhishek Kumar on Quora, and it said that using or having a credit card is like having a romantic relationship. If you know how to use it, you're good, you're great. But if you don't, you're screwed. And I thought it was not only funny but also extremely true. If you've got a credit card and you're watching this video right now, I've got 10 reasons for you guys on why you should get rid of yours. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Shruti and today we're going to be talking about 10 reasons why you should get rid of your credit card. If you haven't subscribed to my channel already, hit the subscribe button and also hit the bell icon because I will be posting videos every Wednesday about personal finance and actuarial science, and I think it'd be super great if you could join the gang too. So without further ado, let's move on to 10 reasons why you should get rid of your credit card today. The first reason why I think you guys should get rid of your credit cards today is because you probably might already have other loans that you need to focus on paying off rather than taking on a credit card and adding this to the list of stressful loans you need to pay off. And this should be a point you should take, especially if you consider yourself as someone who is terrible at handling your finances. It could be a student loan or your house mortgage or any other personal loans or loan for your car that you need to pay first. But my point is that you guys need to focus on getting rid of those first. So on this channel we aim to become financially free, which also means being debt free, because most of you guys are probably starting off with student loans. I'm assuming that because according to CNBC, 70% of students who decide to go to university take out a student loan, and on average each student owes around $38,000 in total. Although it might not seem as much to like people who are further in their careers, but it still is a lot of money. It's better if you don't have a credit card until you're at a stage where you believe that you are capable enough to handle one. And the second reason why you should get rid of your credit card today is because of the tendency to overspend. A research conducted by MIT stated that people are more likely to spend more by swiping than paying cash. I gotta tell you guys, this is extremely true because I've been victim to that. Every time I took my debit card to the grocery shop, I ended up spending so much more as opposed to whenever I took cash, because every time you take cash somewhere, your limit to spend is restricted, and that is a good thing, especially because it is tangible and you can count physical cash. You know how much money you hold and also will be careful about how much you spend. And I think it's a better idea for you guys to use cash whenever you go out and leave your credit cards at home if you have any, or just get rid of them. The MIT study I was talking about also said a bunch of other things. The first being that the average American owes about $6,100 in credit card debt. The second thing is that every time you take your credit card anywhere, the average person is more likely to give a 13% higher tip when you take a credit card or use a credit card to pay anything. And this will be okay if you were a billionaire or a millionaire even, but if you're just like me and you're just starting off and your net worth is pretty much zero or probably in minus if you have taken a student loan out, then it's not really such a good idea to be tipping so much. Another study also suggested that people spend 83% more than they intended to when they take a credit card out to shop. And these stats show how dangerous having a credit card can be to your finances, so it's best if you don't have any or get rid of them. The third reason on why you should get rid of your credit card already is because you're unable to pay the whole balance every month. This is especially for those of you where every time you get your monthly salary, every single penny of it goes off to paying your bills and other expenses. Having a credit card only motivates you to pay more than you actually have. This could also mean that you have a serious budgeting problem. Budgeting is a great tool to maintain your expenses and also know how much you have, can save, and how much you're actually worth. But if you have a credit card and you're unable to pay your expenses off every month and you just pass every month by paying your minimum balance, that is going to put you in some serious trouble. And that brings us to the fourth reason on why you should get rid of your credit card today. And that is because credit card interest rates are extremely high, and I cannot exaggerate on extremely even more, because hear me out, the average percentage rate or the APR charged on a credit card can range from anywhere between 8% to, hold it, 45%, you guys, and that is an insane amount of interest charge. And you're not only overpaying for whatever goods and service you use, you're also burying yourself in a ton of debt. So considering you hadn't taken any precautions for this credit card disease, that brings us to the fifth point. Why you should get rid of your credit card is because you probably have fallen into a debt trap. Now, what is a debt trap? A debt trap is when you borrow money to pay off other loans, which puts you into this vicious cycle of borrowing money to pay off other borrowed money, and that will cause a lot of confusion, trauma, and puts you further away from getting financially free in life, which is our goal here, isn't it? The next reason why you should get rid of your credit card is because you probably haven't gone through every line of the terms and conditions listed in your document before you ended up signing to get a credit card. And these might include terms like, one, for example, the bank is allowed to increase or decrease rates as they please. The second reason is that they might charge an extra fee to get a credit card. And finally, you might be charged penalties for not paying off your balances, especially at a super short notice. So to avoid all of these extra hassles in life, you might as well just get rid of your credit card. The next reason why you should get rid of your credit card is because it can put you in a lot of emotional stress. A lot of families and couples tend to fight about money issues, and these can get super sensitive and scary, especially if there's a lack of money involved. Having a credit card and not being able to pay all your balances off also doesn't give you a peace of mind. You can sleep better at night knowing that you bought something you want with your own money, and that is how you can truly treat yourself. The eighth reason why you should get rid of your credit card is because you probably don't understand the value of having a good credit score. Having a good credit score is important because it helps you to take out a loan if when you really need it. Especially, for example, you're going to buy a house and you want to mortgage it, then you're more likely to get your mortgage sanctioned when you have a good credit score. This also works for insurance in some cases. Some insurance companies check your credit score before they charge a premium. So for example, you have a terrible credit score, you are more likely to end up getting a higher premium. And all of these are listed out in the terms and conditions or whatever document you need to sign to get anything for yourself. Another reason why having a good credit score is important because when you apply for a job, your employer might conduct a credit score background check where they see if you've been a responsible citizen or not before they hire you for the job, and you're more likely to get rejected for being irresponsible and having a terrible credit score. The ninth point is that credit cards usually have deceiving minimum payments. So if you think that paying off the minimum balance every month is just going to pull you through, oh my god, you're in for a terrible time. Paying minimum balance will probably reduce your outstanding due, but what you don't realize is that this will accumulate, and obviously this outrageously high APR will be applied onto this, and you'll have to pay even more, and then that will, like I said, put you in another debt trap, and worst case scenario, you'll probably end up bankrupt. And I don't think anybody really wants that. The 10th and final point is probably something most of you might have already experienced in your lifetime, and that is credit card fraud. Especially if you use your credit cards abroad, you're likely to fall victim to credit card fraud where people take your money and it gets super messy and complicated with the bank, and the police get involved, and you'll have to give away a lot of proof and spend some time following up on where your money is gone and how everything's being handled. So to avoid all of the mess and obviously all the stress, it's better off if you don't have credit card. And that pretty much brings us to the end of the video for this week. If you've watched till now, please drop the video a like and please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And for the next week, I'll probably be posting a video on reasons why you should have a credit card. So to stay tuned, hit the bell icon so you'll be notified when that video comes out, and I will see you guys next week.